Analysts are divided about whether Mr. Zuma was painted as a scapegoat for broader problems within the ruling ANC.
Fundamentally, many of the problems that South Africa confronts were not Zuma problems specifically. They're long-standing structural problems. They're inherent in the governance choices that the ruling party itself has made. That go back into the 1990s.
In his maiden speech in the country's parliament, Ramaphosa made several promises, some of which he's acted on quickly, and others have proven to be more complicated.
There's been a lot of tough talk on corruption. There's been some material movement on repairing the SOEs, although that's a long-term project because their problems predated Zuma, and they'll likely be with us for years to come.
Ramaphosa is in electioneering mode for the national elections in 2019. Analysts say he needed a rallying call. He chose property expropriation without compensation.
But I can say that of all the issues that that exist to kind of build a mandate for, this is the one that he seems to have chosen more than anything to build a mandate around.
The property issue is a thorny one and could scare international investors away.
We don't hear senior officials talking about expropriation without compensation. We hear them talking about land reform. Land reform is, of course, a much more uncontentious issue. Expropriation without compensation is a very specific policy option that implies greater discretion for the state to intrude on private property rights.
Analysts say that Ramaphosa and the ruling party are going to have to tread carefully, balancing the needs of South African citizens with those of local and international investors. The transition between Mr. Zuma and Mr. Ramaphosa has been relatively well managed by the party. It's now moving on to that next level, and whether that expropriation without compensation is going to work for Mr. Ramaphosa. I'm Angelo Coppola for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.